Amina hurried through the early morning streets of Sunvale City, clutching a small brown envelope to her chest. Inside it was her only hope, a chance to get a house help job that could save her sick mother and keep them from being thrown out of their one-room apartment. Her sandals slapped against the dusty road as the sun slowly rose, already promising heat. As she neared the bus stop, she noticed an elderly man sitting under a short mango tree by the roadside. His clothes were old and faded, his body thin, and his hands trembled as he raised his head. "My child," he said weakly, "please help me. I have not eaten since yesterday." Amina stopped, her heart squeezed painfully. She opened her purse again, already knowing what she would find. Only one small note, her transport money. If she gave it away, she would have to walk for over 30 minutes under the burning sun. "Papa," she said softly, "this money is for my transport. I'm going for a job interview." She took 2 steps away, but her heart refused to move forward. She turned back, pressed the money into the old man's palm, and smiled gently. "This is my last money, but please take it. Hunger is painful. God will help me." The old man stared at her in shock, then his eyes filled with tears. He held her hands and blessed her. "You will not walk in vain today. Your kindness will open doors." Amina walked away, trekking with tired legs but a peaceful heart.
After trekking for a long time, Amina finally reached a large compound with tall gates and polished tiles. She wiped sweat from her face and knocked gently. The door opened to reveal Rita, the owner's fiancée. Her face hardened the moment she saw Amina. "You're late," Rita snapped. "And look at you, dirty and slow." Amina tried to explain, but Rita didn't listen. She insulted her, accused her of bad intentions, and pushed her out of the house. As Amina walked away in shame, a car entered the compound. Daniel, the owner of the house, stepped out and asked who the girl was. Rita brushed it off casually, but Daniel frowned. He remembered the sadness on Amina's face. Something didn't sit right with him.
Amina walked slowly along the dusty road of Sunvale City, her eyes heavy with tears. Her legs ached from trekking, but the pain in her heart was deeper. As she turned a familiar corner, she suddenly saw the same old man sitting under the small tree where she had met him earlier that morning. It was Elder Kola. He lifted his head immediately when he saw her. "My child, you are back so soon. How did the interview go?" Amina tried to smile, but her voice broke. "Papa, they chased me out. The woman said I was dirty and late. She didn't even let me explain." Elder Kola shook his head gently and held her hand. "Do not cry, my child. Some doors close because they are not meant for you. You did well today. Your heart is clean." Amina looked down sadly. "I really needed that job." "You will get a better one," Elder Kola said with confidence. "The Lord does not ignore kindness. Your feet are blessed. Something good is coming." Though Amina didn't fully understand his words, they gave her strength. She thanked him and continued her walk home, holding on to hope. Amina reached her small wooden house and pushed the door open quietly. Her mother lay weakly on the bed. When she saw Amina, she struggled to sit up. "My daughter, you're back early. How did it go?" Amina sat beside her and dropped the envelope. "Mama, they didn't take me. The woman chased me out." Her mother's face fell. "Oh no, what about my medicine?" Amina held her mother's hands tightly. "Mama, don't worry. God will provide. I won't stop trying." Her mother sighed deeply. "Sometimes I fear I am a burden to you." Amina shook her head fiercely. "Mama, never say that. You are my blessing." That night, Amina prayed silently, determined not to give up. 2 days later, Amina was job hunting again when she saw Elder Kola sitting near a kiosk. "Papa, have you eaten today?" she asked. "No, my child," he replied weakly. Amina promised to bring him food and rushed home. When she returned, Elder Kola was gone. A nearby woman told her, "A big car came and picked him up." Amina froze in shock. What she didn't know was that Daniel, Elder Kola's son, had finally found his missing father and brought him back home safely. The large iron gate of the mansion in Sunvale City slowly opened as the car drove in. Daniel helped Elder Kola out gently. The old man looked around in confusion, his eyes filled with shame and exhaustion. "This place, is this really my home?" Elder Kola asked weakly. "Yes, Papa," Daniel replied, holding him tightly. "I've been looking for you for months." Inside the mansion, Elder Kola sat quietly on the sofa. His clothes were torn, his body thin. Daniel's heart ached as he watched his father struggle to breathe comfortably. That night, Daniel could not sleep. He kept thinking about how his father ended up begging on the streets when he had money, doctors, and comfort. The next morning, Daniel confronted Rita. "Where were you when my father disappeared?" he asked firmly. Rita shrugged carelessly. "He was disturbing the house. I sent him away to rest somewhere else." Daniel froze. "You sent my sick father away alone?" "I needed peace," Rita replied coldly. That moment broke something inside Daniel. For the first time, he truly saw the cruelty behind the beauty. A few days later, Daniel stood outside a pharmacy in Sunvale City, speaking on the phone. "I need someone honest, someone patient, someone who will truly care for my father," he said. Nearby, Amina overheard the conversation. Her heart raced. She hesitated, remembering how she had been chased away during the interview. Summoning courage, she stepped forward. "Sir, I can help. I will take good care of him." Daniel looked at her closely, then recognition hit him. "You're the girl from the interview." "Yes, sir," Amina replied softly, "but I wasn't given a chance." Daniel listened as she spoke honestly about her life and her sick mother. Something about her sincerity touched him deeply. "You start tomorrow," Daniel said. Tears filled Amina's eyes. "Thank you, sir. I won't disappoint you."
From the first day Amina entered the mansion, Rita's anger exploded. "So they now bring poor girls into this house," Rita sneered. Amina said nothing. She focused on Elder Kola, bathing him, feeding him, and sitting beside him patiently. Slowly, the old man's strength returned. "My child," Elder Kola whispered one night, "you are the same girl who gave me food." Amina smiled gently. "Yes, Papa." When Daniel traveled abroad for business, Rita's cruelty worsened. She insulted Amina daily, poured water on the floor for her to clean repeatedly, and tried to frustrate her until she quit. But Amina endured everything silently.
One evening, Amina received a call that shattered her heart. "Mama has collapsed," the neighbor cried. "She's in the hospital." At the hospital, the doctor spoke gravely. "She needs urgent surgery, 5 million naira." Amina fell to her knees in tears. "Where will I get this money?" That night, she prayed with all her strength. The next morning, the doctor returned smiling. "The bills have been paid completely." Amina was stunned. Who paid? An anonymous donor. She wept uncontrollably, thanking God. Daniel returned to the country unannounced. His trip had ended earlier than expected, but he didn't tell anyone, not even Rita. On his way from the airport, his phone buzzed. It was a call from a close friend. "Daniel, I didn't want to tell you before, but I have to now, the friend whispered urgently. I just saw Rita at a hotel with another man. They looked too close. I think something is going on. Daniel felt a sharp pang of betrayal pierce through him. His hands tightened around the steering wheel, his chest heavy with anger and disappointment. He didn't respond immediately. His voice, when it came, was quiet but firm. Text me the hotel address. Without hesitation, Daniel changed direction and drove straight to the hotel. But he didn't go inside. He parked a few steps away and sat in the car, heart hammering, chest tight with tension. Every second felt like a lifetime. After a few minutes, the hotel doors opened. Rita stepped out, laughing loudly, her hair flowing as she adjusted it. Behind her was a man holding her waist, whispering something in her ear. They looked incredibly comfortable with each other, as if this wasn't the first time. Rita lifted her head, smiling, but the smile vanished the moment her eyes met Daniel's. Her body froze, her heart skipped, and her legs trembled. "Daniel, baby, I can explain." Daniel didn't respond. He opened the car door, got in, and drove off quietly. Rita was left standing there, shocked and humiliated, as the man quickly slipped away, leaving her alone. She grabbed a taxi, tears streaming down her face, and made her way to Daniel's house. When Rita reached the compound, it was silent. She rushed to the door, only to stop abruptly. Her bags were outside the gate. Daniel emerged slowly. His face was calm, too calm. That was more frightening than anger. "Rita," he said quietly, "stop lying. I am done listening to you." Tears blurred her vision. "Daniel, please, I love you. You don't," Daniel interrupted, his voice low but steady. "You never loved me. I know everything." Rita froze. "I know how you talk about me behind my back, calling me a fool, saying you finish my money and leave me stranded. My friends, my workers, even Papa Cola heard you. You think I'm stupid." Rita's legs weakened. "Daniel, please, let me explain." "No," he said firmly. "It's too late. I warned you many times. You insulted my father, you abused everyone in this house, you chased away my workers, and even after all that, I still tried to believe in you." She fell to her knees. "Daniel, I'm sorry. I beg you." Daniel stepped back. "Rita, go. Please leave my house. I'm not shouting. I'm not angry. I'm just done." Tears poured down her face. She tried to reach for him, but he moved away gently. She begged, cried, held his legs, but Daniel's mind was made up. "Miss, please," she whispered through sobs. "Stand up and go," Daniel said softly but firmly. "I won't change my mind." Rita looked at him one last time and understood. She had lost. Lost a good man, lost a good home, lost everything. Slowly, she picked up her luggage and left the compound crying loudly. Regret hit her like a hammer. Outside the gate, she turned back, hoping Daniel would call her back. He didn't. He quietly closed the gate behind her. Rita's cries echoed down the street as she dragged her bags, shouting and blaming herself. Inside the house, Daniel exhaled deeply, finally free from the weight he had carried for months. That evening, Amina was sitting quietly in the living room when Daniel walked in and stopped in front of her. His expression was nervous but determined. "Amina," he said softly, "I need to talk to you." She looked up gently. "Yes, sir. What is it?" Daniel sat beside her and took a deep breath. "Amina, I want to confess something. You deserve to know the truth. From the very first day you came to this house, when Rita tried to chase you away, I loved you." Amina's eyes widened. She hadn't expected that. Daniel continued, "And Amina, all the things that happened weren't accidents. My travel, my father's sickness acting up, meeting you at the pharmacy, even your mother's hospital bill. All of it was Papa Cola's idea. He planned it because he saw something special in you before I did." "Papa did all that?" she whispered, astonished. "Yes, Amina, and I am grateful he did, because it brought you into my life." He moved closer, holding her hands gently. "Amina, I love you. I want you.
Please, will you marry me?" Just then, Papakola came out from the hallway smiling broadly. "Amina, my daughter, please say yes. I've been waiting for this moment," he said warmly. Amina's eyes filled with tears as she looked at both Daniel and Papakola. She smiled softly. "Yes, I will marry you." Papakola clapped joyously. Amina wiped her tears and laughed, then jokingly said, "But Papa, you have to pay me back for all the tricks you pulled. You planned everything like a movie." Papakola laughed heartily. "I will pay you with blessings, my daughter." Daniel pulled Amina into a warm embrace, full of relief and joy.